Welcome back into the Film Room. I'm your host, Eric Turner. And in today's Cover 1 Film Room feature, we're breaking down how the Buffalo Bills' aggressiveness helped them edge past the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. The Bills avenged their Week 4 loss to the Ravens with an ultra-aggressive defensive game plan, designed specifically to slow down quarterback Lamar Jackson and running back Derrick Henry. While both players still made their mark in some ways, the Bills utilized a variety of tactics to generate havoc and negative plays in the run game, but in turn, also disrupted Jackson and the Ravens' passing attack. So without further ado, let's dive into defensive coordinator Bobby Babbich's masterful strategy to neutralize one of the league's most dangerous offenses. Henry carried the rock 16 times for 84 yards and a touchdown, but that is important because the Ravens were 9-0 when Henry had 20 attempts and at least 90 yards rushing. And it began with the Bills' defensive line. Several standout plays made the day much more challenging for Henry, including this impressive effort by defensive tackle Jordan Phillips. Phillips did a great job of anticipating the snap and splitting the deuce block as the Ravens tried running power. The quickness and get-off allowed him to swim the guard and to get into the backfield. Phillips then blew up the backside guard who was pulling to lead the play wide. This didn't allow Henry to get up to speed and allowed the Bills to force a cutback where they then rallied to the ball. Defensive end A.J. Epinesa had one of his best games as a Buffalo Bill, thanks to his awareness on this play and several others. Given the tight end and fullback's alignment, Epinesa is aware that a crack toss should be coming his way. The Ravens got an explosive run off of similar play in Week 4. At the snap, tight end Mark Andrews executes a crack block on A.J. Epinesa. But Epinesa is a step ahead, with his eyes already locked on the blocker. He uses his vision and hand technique to stack Andrews while maintaining leverage on the ball carrier as it moves down the line of scrimmage. Cornerback Christian Benford and linebacker Dorian Williams play pivotal roles in boxing the play inside, forcing running back Justice Hill to cut it back. And when Hill does, Epinesa disengages and makes a textbook tackle on the elusive back. Epinesa capped off his performance with 6 total tackles and 4 run stops. How about this Herculean effort by defensive tackle Daquan Jones on 3rd and 1 in the 4th quarter? The Ravens once again look to come downhill with a power run. Jones senses the deuce block unfolding, so he attempted to quickly drop his near knee to anchor. Once the guard looked to climb to the next level, Jones pivoted around the block by the tackle to wrap up Henry for no gain. The Bills' defensive tackles excelled at splitting double-team blocks at the point of attack, and this play by Ed Oliver is a prime example. At the snap, Oliver dropped his near knee to anchor against the block. With linebacker Terrell Bernard quickly flowing over the top, the tackle is forced to climb to the next level. Taking advantage of the situation, Oliver ripped through the block, shed the guard, and wrapped up Derrick Henry, limiting him to just a 3-yard gain. Here's another example of Ed Oliver's block destruction. The Ravens, with Justice Hill in the backfield, attempt a mid-zone run. On the front side, linebacker Matt Milano and defensive tackle Austin Johnson demonstrate strong gap integrity, maintaining leverage on the ball and their gaps. This forced Hill to cut it back, where Oliver is waiting. He gets under the pads of the right tackle, sheds him with power, and tracks the ball carrier to make the tackle. A textbook display of strength and ball awareness by Oliver. The Bills also leaned on run blitzes to bolster their run defense, particularly in situations with a light box or 2 high safety structures. In this example, they send Damar Hamlin from the field side to fill a gap against the run. With Hamlin blitzing as the force player, defensive tackle Austin Johnson and defensive end A.J. Epinesa are tasked with spiking inside to shift gaps and disrupt the blocking scheme. The guard and tackle process the movement, but with Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard aggressively flowing downhill, the linemen fail to keep Epinesa covered up. This lapse allows Epinesa to break free and make a tackle on Derrick Henry. These run blitzes were a key component of the Bills' aggressive game plan against the Ravens. Here's another one from the first half. Hamlin is sent opposite the running back's alignment. He is completely unblocked and makes a tackle in the backfield. At the snap, defensive end Greg Rousseau and defensive tackle Daquan Jones bump over a gap, giving Hamlin a soft edge. Jones leverages the front side of this run to box Henry in, while Oliver creates chaos on the backside as Hamlin wraps up the big back. Blitzes were also a critical tool in disrupting Lamar Jackson as a passer. In this game, when the Bills sent 5 pass rushers, Jackson's EPA per dropback plummeted to -0.77, thanks to consistent pressure and forced turnovers. On this play, the Bills send Damar Hamlin on a blitz from the field side while playing cover 1 behind it. Despite a high snap, Jackson managed to secure the ball, but Hamlin maintained a disciplined approach, taking a precise angle to the quarterback and staying unfazed by Jackson's pump fake. Hamlin's composure paid off as he grabbed a hold of Jackson's leg, and in an effort to stay upright, Jackson fumbled the ball. Edge rusher Von Miller capitalized, scooping the ball up and returning it to the Ravens' 19-yard line. A textbook example of sound, disciplined defense by Hamlin and the Bills. Here's another example of a blitz designed primarily to defend the run, but also effective in disrupting Lamar Jackson as a passer. At the snap, Bills send slot corner Taron Johnson from the wide side of the field. With defensive end A.J. Epinesa pinching inside and linebacker Matt Milano playing over the top, the Bills effectively clog up the front side of the run. Meanwhile, defensive end Greg Rousseau and defensive tackle Ed Oliver spike inside, with Johnson rushing off the edge to secure the backside. Jackson pulled the ball and attempted a naked bootleg, but Johnson closed quickly, forcing him to release an inaccurate throw under pressure. This play showcases excellent coordination by defensive coordinator Bobby Babich, designing a scheme that is not only neutralizing the run game, but also disrupting the passing attack of the Ravens. Here's another example of the Bills' aggressive game plan working. At the snap, the Bills send a 5-man rush and play man coverage, with Rapp as the post safety. Lamar Jackson targeted wide receiver Rashad Bateman downfield, who managed to create some separation from cornerback Rasul Douglas. However, linebacker Matt Milano sped up Jackson's decision-making. You know, the guy that wasn't on the field in the Week 4 matchup? Milano timed the snap perfectly and found himself in a one-on-one matchup with Derrick Henry in pass protection. Using a club move, Milano bypassed Henry and closed in on Jackson. The pressure forced Jackson to throw the ball upfield instead of to the corner, where it was intended. This misfire gave Rapp the opportunity to showcase his range, allowing him to intercept the pass. Just the 5th interception Jackson has thrown all season. In the third quarter, the Bills dialed up the pressure again with a bold cover 0 look. While risky on 2nd and 12, this approach forced the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands quickly, while clogging potential escape lanes if he attempted to scramble. At the snap, the Bills pinched their defensive line and sent slot corner Taron Johnson and linebacker Terrell Bernard off the edges. This aggressive rush closed off Jackson's escape routes and created free rushers, as the Ravens had all 5 receivers running routes without additional blockers. Jackson, under duress, looked to connect with Mark Andrews, but the combination of intense pressure and possible miscommunication led to an incomplete pass. These pressure-heavy looks not only rattled Jackson, but also seemed to disrupt the rhythm and timing of his receivers. Out of the 15 blitzes the Bills ran, only 2 featured zone coverage on the back end, and they didn't go well. The Ravens completed 2 passes for 58 yards, including a 16-yard connection to Mark Andrews. However, thanks to Terrell Bernard, the Bills were able to force another turnover off of a pressure look with 8 minutes remaining in the game. At the snap, the Bills brought a 5-man pressure while playing cover 3 on the back end, meaning 3 deep, 3 under. Pattern matching at the second level was critical, and Bernard attempted to anticipate Andrews' route based on film study. However, Andrews didn't run the expected route across the field. Instead, he broke off the route between the numbers and the hash, exploiting a void in the zone coverage. Lamar Jackson bought enough time to hit Andrews, but as Andrews tried to gain yards after the catch by cutting across the field, Bernard came in with a textbook peanut punch to knock the ball loose. Bernard then recovered the fumble, giving the ball back to Josh Allen in the offense, helping to essentially seal the game. It was an aggressive yet smart play by Bernard, exemplifying the style of play the Bills' game plan embodied and how it was executed on the field by the players. I'm Eric Turner, owner of Cover One and host of The Film Room. If you like that breakdown, please smash that like button, leave me a comment in the comments section, and subscribe to the Cover One YouTube channel. Until our next breakdown, go Bills.